Welcome to another lovely episode of Solomon's Diary Show. Today we are live in Ifako Ijaiye. It is the celebration of education. Of course, we know that education is the bedrock upon which every great thing starts. There is no one who becomes great today without having passed through a teacher, whether through formal or informal education. And today, the Education Secretary of Ifako Ijaiye Local Government, Lagos State, Nigeria, in person of Honorable Adeyemi Olalekan Jongbo, is putting together today a program to reward outstanding teachers in Ifako Ijaiye by giving them awards and certificates. This is Solomon's Diary. Stay with us, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
With due respect and honor, I stand before you, your reputable teachers, to observe our protocol. It is my sincere greeting and appreciation to consider me what is honor. I congratulate and commend to all you exceptional performances in these various areas of involvement. Finally, and more importantly, I implore you to be moved to congratulate and in keeping of the flag flowing in this face of any challenge. You see, whatever everybody is doing, don't believe that nobody sees you. That we see your performances. I know teachers are more than this, but they picked one or two to have interest. They have interest in this type of honor. And when you do more, you are going to get more. And whatever you are doing, please continue, and you are going to gain more. And God will bless all of us. Thank you very much.
In the summary, you just see what our guest has just said. He said many are called, but very few are chosen. And what are the quantum of that chosen is because you never left anything untouched. You have done this with a whole sincerity. You have done the job without having any layer of labor for any settlement that you have put in place. You have done the job because you have accepted the responsibility that you do charge upon you. So on that note, it now bestowed on us that we should continue.
Even today, there was a program in my school. They sent somebody from Suben. I was so happy the way my children are reading. She said, wow, this is public school. I said, yes, that's our children's book. The millennium teachers. That is what we hear now. The Eko Excel has done their own parts. They have done marvelously well. We want to thank Lagos State government for that program, because we can see that it is assisting the teachers, it is even assisting the head teachers. And with this, we want to say kudos to Eko Excel. We want to appreciate Lagos State government. We want to appreciate our Education Secretary for his fatherly role. You know, when one idea is moving forward, by the time we move back, we know that it's somebody that is there. My ears, God will continue to uphold you, sir. We appreciate you. Once again, I want to appreciate my people in the house, the wonderful teachers. I want to thank God because as we are doing it, we are reaping what we are sowing on our children, and we continue to reap it by the grace of God.
Now that certificate it's a really champion certificate. It's a certificate that shows that you have gone through the training, you have passed the quiz, and now you can teach English, that's literacy, anywhere in the world. I'm sure you know that the Eko Excel methodology is a global methodology. It's a methodology that you can replicate anywhere, even outside the country. So I will employ everyone that is getting that certificate to keep it very well add it to your credentials. Even outside this country, you can add it to your credentials. It shows that you can teach literacy properly.
Can you tell us some of the challenges you face in inculcating or imbibing the right education in our kids?
Well, in terms of the question you asked, we face a lot of challenges. We are able to tackle most of the challenges. Like most of the children are not coming to school at the right time. Some are not even coming at all. We have challenges of absenteeism, parents coming down to molest teachers in the classroom. A lot. Majority of the children are not even coming with writing materials. In most cases, the head teacher of a school have to provide. Thank God for Lagos State government that are giving us support in terms of impress to buy some of these things in their school in order to support the education of the pupils in our schools.
Okay, ma'am. In this regard, because I know that these public primary schools and secondary schools are absolutely free, isn't that so? I mean, in terms of school fees and everything.
Yeah, no payment at all.
No payment at all.
The children are not paying.
Then, okay, use this opportunity to pass word of advice for our parents out there, because it is the right of every kid, every child to have access to good education. And I know that Lagos State government is doing well in terms of education. So talk to our parents out there.
In terms of free education, we give kudos to Lagos State government, because apart from normal registration, there is a program we are running in Lagos State. We call it Zero Projects, in which even if the parents cannot even buy school uniform, they don't have money for school bag, government provide all these things, and the registration is free. The books they are going to use, the bags, the sandals, the socks, government provide everything free of charge. We call that one Zero Projects. In such a way that we don't want to leave any child behind. Yes, we want every child to be educated. The Lagos State government is trying all their best to wipe away illiteracy in Lagos State at all costs.
All right, which means our parents out there should do the needful, because if the government is pulling in the right direction, ensuring that our kids have the best of education, then our parents do not have any excuse in ensuring that our children are present at all times in schools. Thank you so much.
That is the only area where we need the cooperation of the parents to make sure that the children leave the home on time, because at times we see some of the children coming around 10, 11 to the school. So God will help us.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It is to be noted that this commendation was born out of the high level of commitment, passion, integrity, responsibilities, and selflessness displayed in the style of your youth as a teacher in the state public primary school. Why charging that you uphold this spirit of high flyers in the teaching service? I am delighted to inform you with high sense of satisfaction that you have been conferred with the title Eko Excel Champion. What are they now saying? You can see local government. I send a very bosom congratulations to you. Congratulations.
We all know the important role education plays in the development of a nation, and today I'm live in Ifako Ijaiye, Solomon's Diary on Yanga TV Show UK, and with me is the Education Secretary of Ifako Ijaiye, Lagos State, Nigeria, in person of Honorable Olalekan Jongbo, and he's here with his executives. Sir, what is the importance of today's event to teaching?
Very. The reflection of today's event is to encourage more teaching and to let the teachers that their responsibilities are so much important and their role is well felt and their contributions is meaningful to us. In those days, I could remember when we were in secondary school, the Indians were the ones coming down Nigeria to teach mathematics and some science orientation. And thanks to Almighty God, Nigeria is now one of the best countries. People come around tapping the knowledge about the science. So in the area of the government, how I think a lot have been doing in Lagos State now. I want to talk about Lagos State where I work, and God has blessed us with the level of what we are now doing because of the injection of massive capital into it in bettering the life of teachers. In the whole 36 states, Lagos State is the only state that has been yearning to the yearnings of teachers, that have been responding to it at least to a minimum cost. And it's a bit by bit, we shall get there.
We have come to the end of today's episode of Solomon's Diary Show. As we all know, education is very paramount, and my message to our parents out there is for us to let our kids have access to basic education. I know a lot of people do not have, or some people do not have money to take their children to private school. That is why the government is there, and the public schools, the primary and the secondary schools provided by the government, especially Lagos State government, is free for all our kids. We all know that every kid that is trained, that is well trained, or that went to school would have positive impact in the society. This is Solomon's Diary Show, and I know that yes, we will do the needful in ensuring that our kids have access to basic education. Until next time, I'm Adeyemi Solomon. This is Solomon's Diary Show.